apologies for that, and we'll see if we can get it ironed out. So today, what I want to talk about, is why is heaven heaven? Why is heaven heaven? And it's kind of an interesting idea about what really makes heaven heaven. And it's so easy again, and it's a subtle difference between some religious denominations and the Christian New Church perspective. And again, it doesn't make the other ones bad and wrong. It just means that we have a certain perspective that may be enlightening to some people. It may really work for you. So let me take the opportunity to share that with you. So from a Christian New Church perspective, we really dig pretty deeply into, Jesus's words, the kingdom of heaven is within. And it's that idea of heaven is within all of us. And of course there is such a thing as heaven, there is such a thing as life after death. All those things are very true. But there's also this kingdom of heaven that is within each one of us. And we can experience heaven a little bit there, and we can start to understand how heaven might function. So it's not like we have no experience of heaven, we're just living in this earthly experience, then somehow we'll go there eventually. It's not like heaven's not like Florida, where we're going to make a trip there at some point in time. There is a trip there, so to speak, when we die, but a part of us is already there, already resonating with that. And it does resonate, folks. I mean, I see it all the time with people where we witness things, we're part of things, we view things, all of a sudden it just feels like, oh yeah, that feels like heaven to me. And so I want to read for you, and it's a little bit of an extended passage, but it's such a big part of Christian New Church theology. And it's a part that's talking about, again, the covenant. And what kind of is the covenant moving us towards, this idea of heaven? And this is what it has to say. The mutual love of heaven consists in loving one's neighbor more than oneself. The whole of heaven presents the image of a single human being, since mutual love from the Lord brings all the inhabitants together. So there's this mutuality. So it's not a love that goes like this, it's a love that goes like this, it goes across. The result is that the happiness of everyone in general is communicated to each individual in particular, and the happiness of each individual is communicated to everyone. So all the joy of heaven, this joy of this collective, and we know what that's like, friends, when you're with a group of really good people who you really enjoy their company, all that joy just keeps on reinforcing each other. It's all directed very individually, like to a person who's talking or a person who may be going through a particular struggle in terms of support. And then it also gets radiated out. So it's this very tight focus on the individual, and then this outward focus on the group. The basic form of heaven then is such that everyone there is a kind of center point. That's a beautiful line right there. And imagine folks standing in a field, and there's the sun in the sky, and it's easy to feel the center of things, and for the person beside you to feel the center, person beside you to feel the center. I think that's sort of what it feels like. People who reciprocate the love of others find their supreme happiness in the opportunity to share with others what they themselves receive, and to do so from the heart. Folks, it's like this beautiful, I love that description, right? It's this beautiful synergistic thing where why is heaven heaven? Heaven is heaven because joy is shared, if I was to say it that simply. So this joy is shared that goes in, and then this joy is shared that goes out. It's this constant in and out, constant in and out, constant in and out, where it gets focused on the particular individual and then goes out there into the world in general. And that's a powerful concept when we allow it to reframe our view. Again, that way heaven is not like going to Florida. We're not like waiting for spring break and cheap flights on Spirit Air. What we're doing is that we're trying as best we can to create that here. And I think we all can see, if you tie it back over the past couple weeks, how that ties right back into the covenant, because that is God's covenant. That is God's agreement, as it were. That is God working with us. That is heaven, the idea that we get to experience this heaven that's within. When all my Zen there, and to remember what makes heaven heaven, where we share it out. You have experienced that. So if you ever wonder what heaven's like, I would tell you this. I would tell you, you know what heaven's like. And may you experience that with a lot of joy today. So friends, now we're going to shift gears. And the way we're going to shift gears today is we're going to shift gears with a little meditation, a little prayer, a bell, and that'll give us a chance to just calm a little bit. Now, sometimes when I'm not on my laptop, the bell sound does not sound. So if you see like 20 seconds of stunned silence and me looking very zen at all, it's because the microphone's not picking up the bell. But maybe it does. We a line from the Old Testament. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven. Forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace. And I hope, you heard everything just fine. I'm getting at some things here that you did, which is great. Again, I can't new course. Again, just a reminder, friends, that we deeply appreciate everything you do here at New Church Live, and comments, and people often leave them from everyone out there. So